Alright, today we'll be taking a look at the 3 main decks you can build from the latest Vanguard VG-V-EB13, Angel Feather, Genesis, and Gear Chronicle. Right, we'll start off with Angel Feather. So we have the new VR. Right, so as a Vanguard, when it enters the field, counterblast 2. If your opponent is grade 2, you get to shoot 1 damage to your opponent. If your opponent is 3 or more, you get to heal 1. Right? And the activation skill, once per turn as a Vanguard, you may Soul Blast 1. Choose up to 3 cards from your drop zone, call onto Rearguard Circle. During this turn, 3 units in your front row get power plus 5000, and this unit takes 1 damage. Right? So it's similar to Rescue Check, so you get to deal 1 damage and Trigger Check. So this is our new Vanguard. So not only can it heal, shoot damage, it can also fill up your field with just 1 Soul Blast. Right, so that's our main Vanguard. For the secondary Vanguard, we have Egodale, right, which goes very well with the new grade 2 and grade 1. Right, so we are testing this out right now. Other choices will be like Metatron or Zerakill. Right, so there's a lot of possibility in this deck. Next, let's take a look at the new grade 2. Alright, so during your turn, if your opponent have a new card into damage zone, this unit get power plus 10,000. And the second effect, when attacking, you can choose one of your opponent's rearguard, put it into damage zone. If you do so, your opponent heal 1 and end of battle retire this unit. Alright, so the 10,000 is definitely able to activate as long as your opponent have rearguard or you're playing things such as Egodale. Alright, so definitely a very strong plus for both the Vanguard. Next, we have the usual Almaty to manipulate our damage, and Granda to shoot the opponent's rearguard into damage zone with additional power. And another addition we have to the deck will be the promo card from the latest tournament pack. So when attacking, if your opponent have 1 or more damage, face-up damage, this unit get power plus 5000. If there are 2 or more, it get power plus 15,000 instead. Right, definitely a strong powerhouse. So we're playing 3 of that. And as usual, we have the grade 1. That's definitely must play. Another new addition. So similar to the grade 2 version, you get power plus 5000 if a new unit gets added into the damage zone. And when boosting and you have a grade 3 in soul, you may counter plus 1. During this battle, your opponent cannot call Sentinel. And end of battle, retire this unit. Right, you can retire as many times as you want since our new VR gets to pull them back on the field. Next, another new addition will be the grade 3 Searcher. So when enter the field, look at top 7, choose one of the new VR, review it, add to hand, shuffle the deck, and if you add a card to hand, send this card into soul. So you get to plus soul and add the grade 3 to your hand. Next, the usual. And for the triggers, we are currently playing 4 draw, 8 crit, and 4 heal. But since we are playing Protect 1, you may go for like 2 instead and 10 crit. For players that want to try out for Protect 2 build, you can choose to sub out a few cards for these two, the grade 1 and grade 2s, such as this. This can be sub out, and this can be sub out. Alright, just take note that if you were to put them inside the deck, you must play Protect 2, or else their abilities are, they don't have any abilities. Alright, so take note, if you want to play this, you must play Protect 2. Alright, next let's take a look at the new Genesis deck. So we have a new addition to the Astral Poet family. Grade 3. If you have 3 or more force marker in the Vanguard circle, you may Soul Blast up to a total of grade 5 from the soul, and you may open the astral plane at the back of the center column, sorry. And once per turn, after the battle of your astral deity, you may rest 2 of your astral poet, and you can stand it again, and you get drive -5. Right, so multiple attack, and you can actually open the astral plane within 3 force marker, right, which speed up the deck by a lot. Right, so actually you can reduce this to like 2 or 0, but we're still playing 3 to increase the chance of us drawing out a astral poet. The trial deck is definitely a must, since you can get a force marker from rearguard circle. Of course, we have 4 copies of the astral deity. This is the main of the deck. Alright, so for grade 2, we reduce it to 7 cards. So for the new edition, when attacking, it gets power plus 5000 for each force marker on the field. On your field, sorry. Activate once per turn. If you have 3 or more force marker, you can counterblast 1 to draw 1. Alright, definitely a strong attacker and a plus. Right, so this is the main card from the deck right now. So we have Decay. Enter the field, put 1 card from your hand into soul, and look at top 7, add up to 2 astral poet to hand, shuffle the deck. If you open 2, you get 1 force marker. Right, so you can do this on the very first turn. So from the recent test, actually we tested this. When you open up 2 of them at the start, you can actually put force 2 instead of force 1. So you start the whole game with a force 2 in the center vanguard, and it's pretty painful. And after you change to grade 3, you can actually put 1 of the extra force 2 at the back row for your Valkyrion. Right, it actually works, but the condition is you must have 2 astral poet at the start of the game for this activate to activate. Right, so the usual, and not much changes to the triggers. We are thinking of playing 6 draw instead. Alright, so that's the speed up version of our astral poet. Alright, last but not least, our second build for Gear Chronicle, featuring Chrono Fang Tiger. Alright, so after so many years, finally we have a actually playable Chrono Fang Tiger. So similar to Lost Legend, discard up to a total of grade 3 and above to pseudo strike a grade 4 on top, and end of the turn, retire that unit, write this from your soul in rest, and actually you get a second force marker. And if you were to write a Chrono Tiger Rebellion on top, you can discard 1 card from hand, and it gets critical +1, drive +1. Alright, so this is Rebellion. So when attacking, activate all the below abilities according to how many cards in your hand. If you have 5 or less, retire 2 rear guards from your opponent's front row. 3 or less, during this turn, 3 of your front row unit get power plus 10,000. If you have 1 or less, counterblast all your cards in your damage zone, flip them face down. And during this turn, this unit gets, when your opponent's all cards in your opponent's guardian circle get shield -5,000. Right, so for cases like Shirayuki, the Vanguard actually get -5,000 if they use it. Right, a very strong finisher. And normally we will end with just the 3 and below. The 1 card and below is purely for finisher. Alright, so next we have Chrono Bite Tiger. So as a Vanguard, start with your right face, draw 1 and discard 1. As a rear guard, once per turn you can discard 1 card from hand, and during this turn this unit get critical +1. Right, next, this is one of the best addition we have for Gear Chronicle, not only when discarding from hand is treated as a grade 3. Vanguard and Rearguard, once per turn, counter +1, discard 1 card from hand. During this turn, your Vanguard get drive +1. Right, so with Rebellion on the field, so triple check, and if you have 2 of them, you can make it to 5 trigger checks in the attack. Very, very strong. And you can even do it since grade 2, since it's a Vanguard / Rearguard effect. And next, we have the unit to help us draw our card from the previous set. Definitely a must play. At least 3 copy. We have the Chrono Tooth type Digger. So at the start of your right phase, draw 1. Right, free cost, no setback. And during your turn, when this card gets discarded from your hand, you can counter +1, draw 1, and call it onto a Rearguard circle in rest. Right, you can actually recycle it. Our unit to help us, Pseudo Strike, is treated as a grade 3 when discarded. And as a Vanguard, if the attack hits, buy 1 card from hand, draw 1. This is to help us recycle the grade 4 and grade 3s back to our deck. And another strong addition to the set will be this common card. Activate, discard 1 card from hand, and choose an opponent's Rearguard, retire it. It's not once per turn, so you can actually use it to set up for your Rebellion. Right, so definitely must play. I would say around 2 copies will do. And for our triggers, we are currently playing the 8 crit. We may be reducing it to around 9 crit instead. And this deck works well with both Force 1 and Force 2. Right, so that's Chrono Fang.